fun with it.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, hello and welcome to Conversations with a Counselor. Today we're going to be talking with Dina about one-on-one counseling for buying a home. Buying a home can be one of the biggest financial decisions that you can make. And so it can be an overwhelming process with a lot of different steps. So that's where Home Start comes in. That's where we're here to assist you with all the steps in the process. And we do that with one-on-one counseling and group education. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is one-on-one counseling? Well, today we're talking with Dina. She's our program manager and she's been a housing counselor for over 14 years. Dina, do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I have been with Homestar for about 2.5 years now, but before that, I worked in Wisconsin with another housing agency, teaching about credit and budgeting, how to become a homeowner. And before that, I also worked for 10 years with the University of Wisconsin Extension, also teaching budgeting. So this is my passion to help individuals and families to improve their financial situation and for them to be able to become homeowners.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we can just jump right into it with a couple of questions that we get a lot when we're talking to people who are interested in starting one-on-one counseling. So the big question, what is one-on-one home buyer coaching?
Sure. Well, it is an opportunity to have a professional work with you and with your individual needs. An advisor helps you clarify what your goals are, when do you want to reach them, and set a plan with step-by-step process to be successful at it. We help you do a financial analysis and to make some changes to your spending, to your saving habits if necessary. But most of all, when you have a housing counselor in your corner, you will get more educated about your options and make wise decisions.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And kind of diving deeper into that, what do you discuss specifically during your appointment with an advisor?
Sure. Well, we basically have two goals at our meeting. One is to discuss your financial situation. So we will go over your income, your expenses, and see what your goals are, the type of house that you want, how much would you like of a mortgage payment, and then we see if that is feasible or not, or if you will need to make any changes to your income, to your expenses. So after we do a financial analysis, you'll be able to have more of a clear idea on how much you can afford for a house payment. And the second thing that we do at that appointment is to do an action plan. So once you determine what your goals are, they may be short-term, long-term goals, then we do an action plan that will help you get there.
Okay. And you kind of mentioned this just now. There are a lot of advantages to working one-on-one with an advisor, but specifically, we get asked a lot about down payment assistance. So how do people get qualified for down payment assistance, and how does one-on-one coaching help with that?
Right. Well, because we are in this business, we are very familiar with the different opportunities for down payment assistance that are in the region that the city may have, that the state may have, or the lenders may have. So if you are just on your own trying to Google, okay, down payment assistance in my state, right, it can be confusing. And sometimes you are bombarded with some information that might not be useful and confusing. So when you have a professional that is in the business of knowing these things and helping you, then the likelihood of you getting what you need if you qualify is much higher. So the advisor goes with you and points out to you the available options, and then we go over your situation to see if you would qualify, because a lot of those programs are based on income or location or the type of mortgage that you may have. So once you have all that education and all that information, then you will make wise decisions and hopefully be approved for down payment assistance.
Yeah, awesome. And I know for a lot of down payment assistance programs, counseling is required. So it's kind of a nice benefit. You get a little bit of both for that.
That's true, yes.
Yeah. And another question that we get asked a lot is about getting pre-qualified. So if someone is denied a pre-qualification due to their credit score, what should they do? What are the next steps for that?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's two things that you need to look at. The one is, why was I denied a loan? It might be because the lender that you went to works only with certain programs or certain loans that require a certain credit score. But then if you go to another lender that they may have other programs, you may be approved with a lower score. So it will depend on who were you working with and why you were denied. But it is, if the true reason is yes, because no program out there will help you become a homeowner due to your low credit score, then I guess that will be one of our goals, will be to improve your credit score. So we have a lot of tools and information that can help you improve that credit score, because yes, it is very, very important to have the minimum credit score that the lender requires for you to get approved.
Okay. Yeah, the credit score is always a big question. And let's say someone is already qualified for a loan with their lender. What should they still work with HomeStart? Why would they work with HomeStart if they were already qualified for a loan?
Right. Well, if you come to HomeStart to our classes, you will learn there are 10 steps from the time you're just thinking about, maybe I want to become a homeowner, till the time you get your key to your brand new home. Then there's 10 steps. So being pre-qualified is actually step number 2. You still have 8 more steps to go through before you become a homeowner. So HomeStart will stay with you through the whole process in helping you get educated and learn about your options, make wise decisions, not to waste money where you shouldn't, and make sure you do it in the proper order so that you are making the best buy that you can afford.
Okay, wow. And then another big question that we always get asked is, how long is the home buying process?
Well, it will depend on a lot of things. Sometimes when I teach my classes on home buying, I tell my students, the participants, that buying a home is almost like getting married. So how long does it take to get married? Well, it depends. You first have to get to know a person, be a friend to them, then you fall in love. Then, there's a few steps between now and the marriage. So the same thing when you buy a home, it will depend how soon you want to do it, whether you have found the perfect home there or not yet, or you are still looking. But let's say that if you come to us today and you have perfect credit, and you know the type of loan that you are getting, and if you know the house that you already want to buy, you have done your inspection and you want to make sure that this is the house that you want, well, it might take 3-4 months before now and the time you get your home.
Okay. Okay, that's very interesting. And then how can someone get started with one-on-one coaching if they are at any step of this process?
Call HomeStart, and then we will give you guidance on how to start an account with us, become our client. Our services are free, so all the counseling that we give you from the time now till the time you get your closing, then start as soon as you can.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Dina, those are all the questions that I have. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. And if you are interested in getting started with one-on-one counseling to buy a home or to prepare to buy a home, be sure you give us a call, just like Dina said, and we can go from there. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you for our next Conversations with a Counselor.
Thank you.